The rail journey I've just been on, along with hundreds of thousands of others, has been a pilgrimage to a most unlikely Mecca, the small mining village of Shildon in County Durham. A small village which today is straining every rail and sleeper to support 150 years of steam locomotives. It was on a single day in September 1825 that Shildon became the birthplace of passenger railways. And on a single day, 150 years later, it's become a shrine to which the faithful are returning to celebrate and to worship the age of steam. Shildon's Steam Cavalcade, the greatest collection of steam power ever assembled, amidst the greatest number of steam people. 300,000 communing beside the original railway line. A colourful, keen, eccentric, fanatical crowd. And this is the steam engine that began it all, Locomotion Number One. It clattered down this line in 1825 on September the 27th at truly amazing speeds of 10 to 15 miles per hour. Contemporary accounts said that the engine and the procession proceeded with such astonishing rapidity, it had a grand effect. And that embryo steam railway was to have its grand effect, not just on Shildon, or England, or the Empire, but on the whole world. Today, the wheels have come full circle. Back to Shildon, where the main street looks set for a coronation, and the coronation streets beyond, home of the original railway engineer Timothy Hackworth, saw and heard and smelt steam again in the early hours of this morning. The shunting over, the engines lined up for their parade, they hooted, laughed, and chuckled as the sun came up. It's an awe-inspiring sight. No wonder men have faith in the days of steam. And men of faith more than most. Men like the Bishop of Wakefield, who actually has a steam engine named after him, the Eric Treacy. He's been called the patron bishop of railways.
Well, so long as I'm not described as a patron saint of railways, I don't mind, but there's a tendency to hang labels on people, isn't there? I mean, it's just my interest, my hobby. I've enjoyed it, and I have an enormous number of friends in it. And we call each other lunatics, but we're a friendly lot of lunatics. We enjoy ourselves.
What sort of people are they, railway people and railway enthusiasts?
Well, you never know where you're going to meet them. I mean, I meet them in the House of Lords, I meet them in collections of bishops and deans, I meet them in prisons, I meet them all over the place. People come up to me and say, "Are you Eric Treacy, who's, you know, the chap who's interested in railway?" I say, "Yes." And you're right away, it's a great Freemasonry, without the secrets, without the secrets.
And what is it? Can you put into words exactly what it is about railways that captivates so many people?
Well, I suppose that from the point of view of my profession, it's something so utterly different. And part of our professional image is to be men of peace. And although we're sometimes men with a reasonable amount of violence, we can see all the violence going on in the steam engine and transfer our urges to violence to the steam engine and go away having seen it, you see, and become men of peace again. I think the thing I like best is the smell. The smell of oil and sulphur. You can put the pictures on film, you can put the sound on tape, but you can't put the smell in a bottle. And it's a lovely smell.
Musing happily in the damp steam, another cleric, also incognito at this secular shrine. The Reverend William Audrey, a man with deep beliefs about men of the cloth and men of steam.
both the railways and the Church of England had quite a number of similarities. They're both lumbered with a considerable amount of Victorian architecture, for instance, which is expensive to keep up. But both British Rail and Church of England are firmly convinced that they are the best means of taking man to his final destination.
On his journey to his final destination, the Reverend Audrey has had the time and the talent to write 26 railway books. And though you may not think so, you've probably read them, or had them read to you.
Thomas was a tank engine who lived at a big station. He had 6 small wheels, a short, stumpy funnel, a short, stumpy boiler, and a short, stumpy dome.
They were, and still are, the books of many bedtimes, based on true stories of steam engines.
Given the fiction that a steam engine can express itself, as it undoubtedly does, except when it's in a siding with the fire drawn, he's always got something to say to you. Given that fiction, everything else in the stories has happened to some engine, somewhere, sometime, however offbeat it may be.
It is a festival of detail. If you don't know your 462s from your 040s, you're a dead man. Don't ramble on about LNER to a GWR man or praise prairies to Atlantic or Pacific men. You've just got to know your ash can from your emission valve.
And is this dripping the overall of the sort of overspill, as it were, bit from the steam?
I imagine so, yeah.
Fenchurch will remain on for the whole of the afternoon unless anything happens. Water will be taken as usual through the fire department. Then the 060, which is at the far end of the actual operation as it stands at the moment, will bring the train back into the Shildon shuttle in the yard here. Will dispose of the engine.
And when the heavens opened on all this pampered machinery, Brasso and Brillo were rushed to the rescue. Dirty things, these objects of delight.
It's a long way across the world to have one of my engine pictures. It's rather nice. You're the first person...
David Shepherd, the man who paints elephants and steam engines, was at Shildon too, enjoying his international following with infectious enthusiasm.
Well, I love all steam engines. I'm not one of these parochial chaps, you know, who says, oh, if it's not Great Western, I'm not interested. I'm not like that. Any steam engine, if it has smoke coming out of the front, is a steam engine. But now I've got my own too. Obviously, they're my favourites. They must be.
Why do you feel so strongly about it? Can you say why it is?
Oh, I don't know. I'm always being asked this. I get hysterical, you know. It's the life in the thing, you know. If you sit in a diesel or you see a diesel going off, there'll be a cheer in a minute from all the steam enthusiasts. Nothing happens, you know. It's lifeless. You just switch on and off you go, like a modern car. But a steam engine, you coax it. It's like a human being. You can get a response. It might be in a bloody-minded mood, so it'll respond in a bloody-minded way. You coax it. It's like a person. If you treat it properly, it'll treat you back properly. It's the fire in the belly, you know, the fire and the excitement and the smell and the smoke and the... It's a living thing.
Is this why it's caught on so much? Why today you can attract hundreds of thousands of people to an exhibition like this? Why you're going to have
No question at all. If this was all diesels, there wouldn't be a stall here.
At last, Locomotion Number One, the picture from the history books, albeit a replica, was on the move. She was followed by 150 years of sturdy and spectacular steam power, strung out along the original passenger railway. Last, and to the steam men definitely least, was the high-speed diesel train, its drooped nose seeming to sweep away all that had gone before and had now passed irrevocably into history. The celebration is over. Old boilers let off steam, and vapour vanishes into the air.